Recording.
Good evening. Namaste and good evening, one and all.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, all. Welcome to Leaders Connect 360 episode LC00143. Leaders Connect 360 is a CSR initiative by BIJA Training and organized by the Mask Leadership. My name is Priyanka and I'm working as a senior soft skill facilitator in Ambuja Cement Foundation. Leaders Connect 360 started with the specific objective of inviting 1,000 plus leaders and create 1,000,000 leaders. It is an online hub where every Wednesday from 6:30 p.m. to 7:15 p.m. we learn from top management leaders on Zoom Live. And once in a quarter in each city, we have an offline networking. Meet to network, support, and grow with the leaders. That's when we call leaders create more leaders. Currently, all are muted, and we will be giving an opportunity to speak to our author of the month, Mr. Saify Sir. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Wellbeing and leadership coach, author of the book Zero Medicine Wisdom. Heal yourself naturally. And panel discussion leader, Miss Uma ma'am. Welcome, ma'am. Human resource consultant. Before you are unmuted, let me share that we are currently live on LinkedIn. And this episode, SE0143, is being recorded. First time visitor may click on the WhatsApp, FB, and LinkedIn link and on the chat box to get updated by joining us in creating more leaders. All in-house are requested to turn on your cameras, which will help in making the episode highly more interactive. So are we all ready? So give thumbs up in the chat box. So thank you. Thank you, Pankaj sir. Thank you all. Thank you. Before the introduction of the, thank you, Sentence Sir, Uma ma'am, Arul. Before the introduction of the guest, let me also introduce Mr. Pankaj. Managing partner, BIJA Training, will interact with our guests along with the panel discussion leader, Ms. Vasanti. So I shall welcome you all. Over to you, Pankaj sir.
Thank you so much, Priyanka. Thank you so much. Good evening, all. Good evening, everyone. And good evening, Saify sir. Happy to see you as the author of the month today. And
Thank you.
I can really sense the topic which has been given. It is something which is really the need of the hour. As I've been, suffering from cough and cold for last, 10 days, and I'm wondering that why is it happening and taking multiple medicines. So now, without medicine, how we can have our body good. I believe that is what Mr. Saify sir is going to help us with that understanding. So, sir, thank you so much for writing this book, Zero Medicine Wisdom, Heal Yourself Naturally. And for sure, we all will definitely take away some learnings which will help not only us, but also with the people within our family and around us, right? So, I would also invite Ms. Uma, our panel discussion leader, who is going to interact with Mr. Saify Saraya today and we'll take out some insights, better insights for the better understanding for all of us. And thank you, Priyanka, for the curtain raising. So after we have the panel discussion with Mr. Saify, then we'll have a networking, which will be taken by Mr. Arul. So that would be the agenda for the day, as this being the last Wednesday of the month, which is normally known as the for the author of the month and the networking. So over to you, Uma. And once again, welcome Saify sir or for this event. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Pankajji. Thank you so much.
And before getting into that, sir, I would like Mr. Arul to play an official welcome video to, officially welcome you and our panel discussion. So, Mr. Arul, please play the intro video. Thank you, Arul. Thank you so much. So, Saify sir, again, officially welcoming you to the forum. Over to you, Ms. Uma, to take it forward.
Thank you, Pankaj sir. I extend a warm welcome to Saify sir, who's a well-known personality in our Leaders Connect. He's a veteran and is a strong advocate for zero medicine for any kind of disease. And he's a strong supporter of Leaders Connect at every angle. Welcome to you, Saify sir, for this program, and happy to host this program on behalf of Leaders Connect.
Thank you, Uma. Thank you so much for inviting me. And having known you already, it is my special extra delight to be talking with you as the host.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. So, as everyone knows about your book, like Zero Medicine Wisdom, so can you just let us know, like, what inspired you to write this book, and how did you embark on your writing journey? Because many have knowledge and many want to share it to the world, but not many have the ideal time to write a book and have the strong advocacy to do it. So how did you do it, sir?
Yeah, it was never my idea that I should write a book. It so happened that I came across this subject more like an unexpected encounter. In my neighborhood, there was a doctor who had a board with a lot of crowd of patients every morning. That board was acupuncture healing. Later, the same board, I know him since 1995, I've been in the neighborhood. The board changed one fine day to healing through Quran. So I was wondering, what are these, it didn't sound to me quackery those days. But due to some reason, I got an opportunity to get a meeting granted by him. Of course, there was a board outside, appointment fee 5,000. But since I got a free appointment due to my brother's son and his son being a friend, and that made a big difference. It turned out that he was an MBBS, MD, and a PhD doctor, and a very simple person who was touched by the scriptural learning from his own holy book. Then with that, the clarity that I got from him, I myself started speaking about this subject after 3 months of learning from him, and then maybe he gave us 2 years of free session to my friends. There was a reason for it, but this is not a time for me to elaborate on that. Now, when I started talking, because me and my family, we all recovered from our illness due to our encounter, and even we, paid him the money, and we recovered from all our chronic problems. That was a surprise for many people. Then I started speaking about it. So in Kodaikanal, we had a guest house, which I would be there. So there I was talking to 3 different crowds, once to the laborers, once to a executive Rotary group, and once to another group. So one British gentleman was attending all my meetings. His name is Mark Atropos. He's still a citizen of India and living there. He saw that I was giving a different talk in 3 different situations. For the laborers, same zero medicine, but with a different beginning. And for the executives, a different approach. And for yet another group, a different approach. He thought that I am hiding my secrets. Then he requested me, why are you not writing a book? I told him, I don't know how to write a book. I can only talk. He thought that, I'm not writing a book because my secret will be known to people and nobody will call me. Then I said, no, it's not like that. Then he himself was an editor. He's an international editor. He said, no, I will help you write the book. You come over. And he started, I started dictating, and we was there right then, spontaneously entering everything. From there, the book came into existence. That was 2006. But that was in the manuscript form. Only in the later days, one fine day, it became a book. So book was not my inspiration, but it was somebody's, you can say, motivation or coaxing. And that's how the book. But today things have much upgraded. So the book which I have written is there in the publication, but what I will be sharing today might be a little more than the book. Let us see.
Glad, sir. Glad to know that you yourself had an experience of this zero medicine healing. So can you just let us know, like, how does zero medicine idea start? Like you have shared that your neighbor has given you the idea. How did you develop your faith based on your healing, or you already had a vision in the background saying that this will work out for everyone in the earth? So is it so, or based only on your experience?
Yeah, see, today, acha, by the way, before we proceed, somebody needs to admit guests. So don't have me as a co-host. Change the request a rule to admit people. Yeah, because many people are waiting in the room, and I'm doing the admit work. So you can request somebody else to be the co-host and admit people, right? Uh, is that point
Sure,
taken?
sure. That will be
Yeah.
taken care, sir. That will be
Okay,
taken care.
done. So yeah. So now zero medicine wisdom. Actually, what we realize is the M. Even though I've used the word medicine, but it actually implies all M. Zero money, zero matter, zero medicine, because this wisdom comes from the concept of absolute, the one which has created us, okay, is created with us in a self-sustained, like the creator is the sustainer. So zero medicine actually implies zero to everything else other than the healing and protector, which, because we are forgetting how we originated, we are getting caught in our effort and belief in that if I have cold and cough, I have to do something about it. But cold and cough actually is your own healing. So zero medicine actually implies zero to everything.
Okay, so glad to know, though you have touched some points about zero medicine, but I would like to know in detail, like, what is the theory behind this, like, or
Yeah.
what is the basic of zero medicine wisdom? Because people are very curious to know, like, zero medicine wisdom, oh, that means there is no expenditure spent on health. So what is the theory behind it? So can you please elaborate us?
All right. See now, incidentally, Arul is having a presentation I just sent to him, and he's ready with it. But while he's ready to put it in the screen, I'll continue explaining. Now, a while ago, we had Pankaj telling that he has been struggling with cold and cough, isn't it? So
Yes, sir.
now today, I'm unfolding one amazing truth. That which is making us panic, we have been conditioned to believe that cold, cough, fever, vomit is something I must panic. It's an abnormal system. But what I learned from this renowned doctor is the thing that is appearing abnormal is actually perfectly normal by the creator's defense mechanism to protect our body. So Pankaj should know that cold and cough is nothing but that which is protecting his lungs. It could be anything. It could be the environment, or it could be some food that is not digested properly that is coming out to harm him. So phlegm is protecting the lungs. So if you have cold and cough, you can say hallelujah. You can say glory to God. How wonderfully he is protecting your lungs. It's like a suddenly the gate has been guarded, that nothing should go wrong in my lungs. So now when you realize that cold and cough is protecting your lungs, you will feel blissful and thankful. The panic will go away. And it is a matter of time. When the danger is gone, the cold and cough will go. We know this very well. Yeah.
Great,
So
sir.
similarly, all the other symptoms. Uh, uh, Arul, would you like to play the presentation, or I'll continue talking like this?
Okay. The presentation. You want me to play the presentation, sir?
Yeah, yeah. In case if the okay, let the audience ask any question, but let me finish Uma's question, then we can have a brief presentation. So Uma, all the symptoms, whether it is fever, cold and cough, vomit, diarrhea, dizziness, everything is our defense mechanism, and everything is good. All we need to do is heed that something is abnormally. I'm feeling something abnormal. That means I must stop. So my mind must say, my body is telling me that body is not comfortable. So mind says, okay, I'll let my body rest.
Okay.
So the Almighty is guiding your mind. Hey, I'm not comfortable in the body. So the body is showing some pain or discomfort. What the mind should do? Sorry, body, I'll rest now. And in a matter of time, the discomfort is, realizing that you are adhering to, if a child is crying and you say, oh, what happened to you? Similarly, if the body is uncomfortable and you say, oh, what happened to you? Then the body is relaxed now that you are agreeing to pay attention. But what we do, we go and take suppressive medicine and tell the body, don't complain, I'll slap you. So we suppress the cold and cough and fever. In other words, we are telling body, keep shut. So the body in turns further degenerates because you are not willing to listen to what the body is asking you to listen. So today's learning, I must congratulate all of us. Today's learning, I was always wishing that this lovely group of leaders connect should be the torchbearer of this truth. Because since last 18 years, me and hundreds of my friends, we have not taken medicine. All right?
Glad to know, sir. Glad to know.
Yeah, and it is foolproof. It is foolproof. So because we have been conditioned from the childhood that there is something called medical science and there is something called medical research, we are adhering to that conditioning. But when this aspect is understood, at least intellectually, you will be able to now start thinking, hey, this makes sense. And if you intellectually understand, maybe you don't have to experience this illness also. I don't want. I have had I have had multiple experience. I had fractures. I had all kinds of issues throughout this. Maybe God choose me to experience all this so that I can advise better. In all the situation, medicine was never required.
Glad to know, sir. Actually, my next question is regarding that. We understand that it is not a one-time healing process, but it is a journey. So, in your journey towards zero medicine wisdom, so how many challenges, or what are the challenges you faced, and what are the miracles you have witnessed? Can you just share us those lines?
All right. See, it began like this. That first time I went to Bangalore to Wayanad by motorcycle for a ride, but I had not slept properly, and it was a rally kind of a ride, and I continued to ride, and I badly needed rest, but I found some abdominal pain happening to me in stomach area. I thought I have taken some roadside non-vegetarian dish that has harmed me, and but it went on. And even though that was a starting point, I had just met doctor. I forgot about the healing he did to my daughter, and I ended up taking flagyl medicine. I knew about medicine as well those days, but nothing mattered. That pain continued. Later, when I returned, I did not sleep. It was actually a pain which later I remembered I had suffered kidney stone problem. It was similar pain. My friend was saying it is appendix. He challenged me. But when I returned after 2-3 days, had not slept. Almost you can say it was so painful. Throughout, on and off, the pain will start. And coincidentally, this doctor who had become a friend, he called. I said, I returned from Bangalore. I went for a ride, for an adventure. He just laughed and told me, why go for adventure? Anyway, he had his own. Then I said, I am in pain. Then this was his style, he said, okay. He would pray and we would get healed. That was the miracle. So he said, stop. He stopped me. I had not slept. It was always paining. Whenever they start 2-3 hours, I'll suffer. It was crazy, unbearable. And he kept quiet for 2 minutes and said, how do you feel now? I suddenly noticed my pain reducing suddenly. This was my first experience. I got a shock. How did it happen? Then 24 hours, he said, you will sleep well. And I actually slept for 12 hours. Next day evening, he called me and asked me, yeah, I said, I'm okay. I'm just surprised. I'm shocked. How did I recover suddenly? He said, how were you remembering God when you were in pain? I said, I was screaming. Actually, I was howling. So he said, now since you have recovered, remember him more. So that was my first experience. I would see many patients experiencing such recovery, but me recovering, now this sounds, oh, this is something crazy, but actually there is a clear learning, a total clarity, as we will unfold on another occasion, why it works. How come it was like him praying and me agreeing. You can call it placebo, or you can call it that when two wishes join together, the universe responds.
Great, sir.
So
Great to know that.
Yeah. Then life continued. I kept forgetting. I kept making mistakes, and there were many more instances. Like my own daughter, she had wheezing from infancy. She suffered. So that time she was 8 years old. Now she is married. She's 26. Now this 8-year-old girl, we used to panic whenever she will cough and have breathlessness. We will rush with Corex and VenPD syrup. Now, after entering this field of learning, one fine day, this daughter also got fever. And we went to him because now we started meeting him. He said, don't let her take anything. 1 day passed, 2 day passed, 3rd day passed. Morning we are telling, the fever is still there. Evening again, the fever is there. He wouldn't let her eat. I mean, I had earlier experienced the same thing with my watchman's wife. 20 days without food, and she was every day becoming better. Now my daughter, same thing happened. We were not letting him, but we were frightened. Actually, we were, terrified. But he's a doctor, and he kept on, coaxing us. Evening, you tell me. Now, what I noticed was that actually both my watchman's wife and she, even though the weight reduced, but energy was returning. So how to know? The fever one fine day subsided, and my negotiation with that little 8-year-old girl she was annoyed actually in between. Who is this Dr. Fazal? How can you listen to him? I want food. But we had to follow Dr. Fazal, and the technique was that her lips should become dry and scales should get formed, and her energy should come back. The learning was the food does not give you energy. Life gives you energy. And only when you have energy, you will have an appetite. As long as you have fever, the body entire energy is fighting the fever. So when it successfully fights, you get back your energy. So then my daughter Sakina, she actually got back her energy, having recovered from it all. And she danced on the bed and showed me, Papa, now I'm okay. And with that, we began feeding her. And now let me tell you, beautiful, you can call it miracle or whatever, but after that, there was no wheezing ever again. Whatever was frightening us, it is no longer there. And she played basketball, she played football, and none of those issues ever suffered again. So this is how, one by one, each one of us recovered from our ailment, and hundreds of my friends, of course.
Glad to know, sir. Actually, it's very inspiring that the little girl got recovered and never had the same disease again. So it's not just a theory or a concept. It's something which is having a real life in it. Actually, it has to be followed by each and every one in the world, so that it gets transferred from generations to generations. So, how do you plan to spread this wisdom, sir?
Yes, in fact, Leaders Connect, I've been attending your meeting regularly, and all of you are wonderful people, very humble and very sweet. And your topic itself is leaders create leaders, isn't it?
Yes,
so
sir.
one direct wish for me is this group will carry forward by learning this in much more depth. All right, and whoever see, today I am talking about this, so we are getting the information, but it is just information. It is not really knowing. God forbid, we don't want people to experience. Okay, but now, if you don't have to sometimes experience your body discomfort to go zero medicine. Sometimes your experience can be valuing others' experience, learn from others. Then it becomes a faithful evidence for you. All right, and that becomes knowing. So all those who know this, I expect them to carry and be the torch bearer of this truth. Today, you will be surprised. 3 doctors have joined my program. They are MBBS and MD. Okay, and I have addressed multiple doctors, and they are the one who give me much more information against their own practice. But I am not here to speak ill about doctors, because they are human beings. They were given this medical course based on the system of education. So I would say they were trapped into a learning on microbiology, but microbiology is created by the creator. Just because you name the microbiology doesn't mean it functions in a particular way. For example, suppose if I ask you, what is your name?
My name is Uma Parameshwari.
Uma. Now, I would say you are not Uma. What would your answer be?
I'm God's creation.
There you are. Now, both you and me are a organism experiencing consciousness every day when we wake up. The identity that is given to us, it is a make-believe world. So similarly, friends, all the names of the bacteria, virus, the name we give, and we see them, and we are imagining them as disease. That way, all of us are disease, isn't it? So that is why we are having disputes between us. But suppose if you realize, hey, what I need is that what the other person needs, then we are in harmony. So how we respond to what is happening to our body is the way we can respond to society. Any discomfort in society means discomfort to us. So friends, I call this, I've just named this, I call this we are psycho, bio, physio, social being. Okay, psycho means we are functioning based on our psyche. Sorry, I was by mistakenly muted. So the psycho is creating life energy in us, bio, and that is manifesting in our physical. And because of that, we are behaving socially. So our social behavior and psyche, everything is a circle that is evolving or devolving us. All right. So this has to be understood deeply. Okay, I have a simple question for all of you. Do you believe in seeing is believing, or is it that what you believe is what you see? Which is true?
Seeing is believing.
And members can use their chat box to answer.
Yeah. There you are. Believe is what you see. See, now what is happening is, whatever we are being, each one of us has got a different perspective. Have you realized this? And because of our different perspective, we are believing things differently. But suppose if you were to see it from a wisdom angle, and you can see from the universal view, then it will be different. So we are all victims of childhood trauma. All of us are in childhood trauma. Whatever be your condition, if any conflict is there or any disease there, you can blame it on your conditioning. So this wonderful learning, one fine day, deconditions you from all the conditioning, and you are now totally free. Neither there is conflict, neither there is ailment, and you are a ever harmonious, smiling human being, so appealing to all. So there is this zero medicine is just not for individual. Zero medicine learning actually creates a different society. So most of my friends today, after 18 years, you know what they are doing? They have started, setting up farms where they are growing native seeds. So we amongst us, wonderful. So many places: Bhopal, Arunachal Pradesh, Bangalore. Everywhere there is an invite that come and stay in our farm. Some people say it's like collective living, community living. So that is picked up a lot. Yeah.
Thank you,
100 acre
Saify,
land.
sir, for this excellent insight into zero medicine wisdom. And my last question would be, being an established author, what advice you would give to the aspiring authors? Some might be in this group also, or someone who's listening to you through social media. What advice would you like to give to the aspiring authors?
Yes, in fact, I would expect each one of us who is experiencing this life should actually, we used to have a system of writing our diary. How many of you write your own diary? Wonderful. I request each one of you to start, writing your life diary. So, who are we? We are, every organism has been given a lifespan. All right. So now that lifespan is like a job guarantee by God, that I have sent you on earth to wake up each day and report to me. All right. Now, each day when you wake up and you experience a day, a consciousness of the Creator, all you need to do is report it at the end. All right. Now, that reporting can be a book, short form. And then one fine day you can, so I expect without fail, everybody should start beginning to write their life story, and they can become author of, and you'll be surprised, each of us will be uniquely contributing to make this world a better place. And we will continue this world and the next world. We will carry ourselves to a moksha level, because zero medicine life is one thing that is upgrading each day. You know, it is not something that I am safe. I am becoming better and better. So all experience are nothing but expanding my consciousness, evolving me, and each day my body is aging, but my soul is growing. It is getting purified. So what is, very deep and very interesting learning. You can be a carefree, I would say a leader, a healthy, ever carefree leader, immune, invincible leader, because you are, very interesting. I would say never take responsibility of your life. Don't take charge of your life. Somebody else is in charge. You just wake up and do your work. You're not responsible. The one who has created you with a vision, he's responsible. So when Krishna is telling Arjun that don't bother about the fruits, do your karma, that's what the creator is asking us. Wake up and enjoy my universe, enjoy my beauty, and report to me. We have dilemmas, we will report our dilemmas. We have delights, we'll report our delight. But next day you will find you will wake up with upgrade. So friends, I am boldly telling you, there is nothing called lifestyle disease. There is nothing called acute or chronic disease. You will be shocked if it is recorded. We don't believe in cancer also. Somebody in our group had cancer, and everybody in his family thought that this 62-year-old man is going to die, because he was 50 days in ICU and had multiple surgeries. But luckily, he abided by this book on his own. Then he joined a session, and now his consciousness has changed. Now his cancer is gone. Now the children are expecting that there will be a division of property, but they don't know that dad is no longer going to die. He has been revived and he's back in action. So today also he spoke to me. I want to reach this message to my children, but children, till they experience themselves, they will not listen. So it is not in our hands. I said, okay, you be a model, and your peace and bliss will make them get attracted to you. So hopefully things will, each of you who are listening, we can deepen our learning into this. And there are ways. As you know, Uma, I'm doing regular workshop, and people are attending since last 6 months, weekly once. And the idea is, it's not zero medicine now. I would say zero disease life. And when you are assured that you can be in the zero disease form, then comes the power in you. The fear of future is gone. Negative future is gone. So our group, we stop believing in hoarding also, because most people hoard money or take insurance out of fear that tomorrow I need security. But when you learn that you are recovering from all your illness without any need for medicine, even the fear of future goes away. You know that your future is safe. The one who is all the time protecting you will ultimately also protect you. In fact, ultimately, he has a great reward for you.
That's great, sir. Great interaction with you, and it was so much of takeaway for me. Even in fact, I got goosebumps hearing your experience and the life stories. It was all wonderful, and I feel that it is an enlightening session not only to me but to everyone around. Thanks for the session, and thanks for the time spent. And we are looking forward to collaborate with much more fears and much more. Power to you. Thank you so much, Saify sir.
Thank you,
Over
Uma.
to you, Pankaj sir.
Thank you so much, Uma. Thank you so much. And Saify sir, thanks for sharing the wonderful insights. So, in the benefit of time, I would I'll put this house open for questions. So if any one of you would like to ask any question to Saify sir, please unmute yourself and you can ask your question. So we can have maximum 2 to 3 questions, and then we'll have a networking session. So over to the visitors. If you want to ask any question to Saify sir, please feel free to ask. Ajit sir, you can unmute yourself and ask the question, please.
Yeah, hi, good evening. So Saify, my question is, I wrote on the chat box, this is, I think partially you answered about lifestyle disease like cancer or diabetes. So my question was specific to diabetes. For example, when diabetes type 2, which hits usually after 40 or something, is it applicable there also? Because the immediate remediation there is, usually metmorphin or something prescribed, which is to bring down the blood sugar levels. So how is this applicable there? Have you experienced this with any of the diabetic patients? If you could share that, please. Thank you.
In fact, it is so very uniform. Okay, now let me give you a simple example. What makes our body not digest the sugar? Basically, the sugar is energy, isn't it? That energy is not, sugar is not getting converted into energy. That means that quality of the sugar is being rejected by your body. So any sugar which is not good for your body, the spleen, see, this has got clean. I have learned clinical, emotional, and spiritual, 3 aspects. So luckily I learned it from a doctor. I'm able to answer clinically also.
Sure.
So the role of spleen is to safeguard all the organs from anything which is not suitable for the body. So when the sugar quality in your body is not good, the spleen does not let the pancreas bring out insulin.
Okay.
So that sugar must be flushed out from your body. So if you do not take sugar tablet, what will happen in your urine? There will be sugar. You will have more frequency of urination, which means that the body is trying to throw away, flush out what is not required by the body. So extra sugar is your safety. Now the issue is, you are the one who is behaving in a particular way. There are 2 reasons for extra sugar. One is, if you are in stress, you to help your stress, okay, your own body pulls out from your tissue sugar to support. It is adrenaline response. So that sugar also, the body says, okay, it was an emergency. Now I want you to get out. Now what we do is, in order for it to get out, we might wake up in the middle of nights 3 times because for frequent urination. The night will tell you, boss, I'm not comfortable with you. You are upset with something. So you are waking up 3 times and body says, I want to be clean of this sugar. So that night makes you get tired and feel sorry for yourself. And then when you seek forgiveness, what am I upset about? So Bhagavad Gita comes in action now. क्यों व्यर्थ चिंता करते हो? किससे डरते हो? You know, Arjun is being told, why are you in sorrow? Why are you in fear and worry? So you listen to that and seek forgiveness, and you are back in action. Next day you find you are not going 4 times, you're going 1 time. The sugar has been removed. Now it is easier to say just like that, but the conditioning of so many years has frightened us. So my program is all about deconditioning you and shift your fear into a faith with total clarity, rationality, and reason.
Okay.
It is no mantra tantra. It is direct understanding of, say, for example, how many of us are understanding Gayatri mantra? We are making it mantra. But actually, it is the understanding that has to be followed.
Mm.
I request all of you to Google the actual meaning of Gayatri Mantra, Google the actual meaning of Vishnu Sahasranama, and you will know how lofty is the Creator's promise. What Vedic says Vishnu Sahasranama, that Quran says Asmaul Husna. It means the same thing. God has got thousands of names. So in Quran it is 99 because beyond that it is divisible. In Vishnu Sama it is 1,000 names, 999. So friends, the problem is our learning we are converting into a ritual. Learning has to be internalized and lived by. The message of Bhagavad Gita is not for bhajan. It was to become Arjun. We are meant to develop consciousness of Krishna, not sing bhajan of Krishna. Then go to doctor. That means Krishna is saying, I am the healer. You don't listen to that. You do bhajan at home, put idols, but don't live the ideal with which we have been guided. This is common story of the entire humanity. Yeah.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
both Pankaj and Ajit, I think Pankaj, you will be, messaging me by WhatsApp tomorrow that your cold and cough is no more there. Yeah. And Ajit, we will soon see you messaging in the group that your diabetes is becoming normal.
Thank you. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Saify sir. Thank you. So, do we have any more questions? Please feel free to ask the question. Do we have anyone else?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't think that so I would like to invite Sir Prabhakar sir. Do you want to
Yeah,
ask a question? Yes.
yeah. Uh, thank you, Saify sir. Very nice analogy you brought, and a very nice mix of spiritual and medical treatment. So when I say believing is seeing, I agreed with you because we see only those things that we perceive are available, like cup half empty or half full. I'm just reading out from what I gave because I thought I would not speak. So we can demotivate people with nocebo effect. Arey tu kaam ka nahi hai and cheese. Again, when a doctor gives a medicine, we have to believe in it with that placebo effect to happen. So
Absolutely.
how do I force with belief, like I'm going to be all right within this month by practicing this, and get rid of the disbelief, because most of the time it is the disbelief which is actually driving me not to do things.
Yeah. So Arul had a short presentation. First of all, let us understand that all symptoms are healing you, number one. So much so that even if you vomit blood, that means bad blood had to come out. Now, the issue is what is causing ailment. Okay, very simple. 5 emotions are causing you 5 ailments. Number 1 emotion is anger. Whenever you have discomfort, it is a sign that you are not comfortable and it gives you anger. That affects the liver. Okay, you get gallbladder stone and it's now because of anger, next moment you develop fear. Fear affects the kidney, and fear and ear and kidney are connected. Then comes worry. Worry and digestion is connected. Because you have fear, it converts into worry. Worry affects you and affects your digestion, and in turn starts spoiling everything. Then comes sorrow. Now that's where the combination of all the three brings you sorrow, and it affects the lungs. It is connected with nose. You see, lungs and nose are also similar, the shape. Okay, so you are carrying some disappointment that in turn starts affecting the lungs, and to protect the lungs, you get cough and cold. And now all this little by little, because that's how we are, our life is competition, you know, all kinds of stress, you know, and because of that, that stress affects the heart. Ultimately, majority of the human being are the victims of the lifestyle they are living. So it is the emotion that is harming us, and how to not have this emotion is our subject of advanced learning. The clarity by which we can sharply shift our fear into faith, sorrow into compassion, anger into determination, and worry into creative energy. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Saify sir. Thank you so much. So I invite Mr. Nelly to have the word of thanks, and then we'll.
Sorry, Anil had a question. Anil Goswami. Should I answer that?
Anil sir, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया सैफी साहब. Thank you so much. When we were children, we were taught in our schooling in primary class, silence is gold. You don't use unnecessary words, unnecessarily dissipate your energy, and speak in such a way people love to listen you, and listen in such a way people love to speak to you. These were all emotionally, they were making us very strong. And in this process, we became, stress free, fear free. All these things we were, they were taught, it had indirect effect on our health. So I hope you will agree, on these things. So it is not the years in life, but life in years what it matters. Thank you so much. And I am very grateful. I have jotted down all your points, what you have. They're all golden nuggets. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Shukriya
much.
boss.
Thank you for your feedback. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anil sir. Thank you, Saify sir. So, Nelly sir, I would like you to come and do the word of thanks, and then we'll have a small networking session. As the time is already 7:28 by now. So, Nelly sir, thank you so much for
Yes.
being here.
Good evening, one and all. Thanks to BIJA Training for this opportunity. Dear Saify Saraya sir, a really wonderful session. And I stand before you with a heart full of gratitude. And we come to the close of the truly enlightening session. I love your points of self-healing and holistic health and natural remedies. Thank you for inspiring us with your knowledge and insights, sir. Before we sharing about the next week episode, let me quickly share again the purpose of the community. For the visitors who are attending the first time, Leaders Connect 360 is a hybrid model leadership community where every Wednesday from 6:30 p.m. to 7:15 p.m. we invite a top author from their books to suggest some solutions for our real-time leadership challenges, like the experience we had today from our author, Mr. Saify Saraya sir. Kindly follow our social media platforms to get updated. It's very simple to join our community. Do click on the below social media links. It gives me immense pleasure to thank our author, Mr. Saify Saraya sir, and panel discussion leader, Ms. Uma ma'am, for spending your valuable time in sharing your experiences and insights. Guests and others in the house kindly accept our guests of thanking through the medium of thanking video. We request the members, new members, and visitors to stay tuned till the end of, and as we give an opportunity to introduce ourselves, which will help us to network better. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nalisa. Thank you so much. So, Arul, can we have a thanking video, and then we can continue with the networking. Thank you, Saify sir, for sharing valuable insights, as you have been always doing it in this forum, and we would definitely like to have more from you, and I'll definitely be in touch with you for the wonderful insights. Thank you so much, sir. So, what is Arul? Thank you so much, Arul. Thank you. So